Hello, my stamping friends. This is Renee Novak at blessedbycards.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States, and I'm coming to you from St. Louis, Missouri. I am here today for day number 8 of our 12 Days of Christmas, and this week we are featuring that Merry Christmas stamp set, that big one that's in the catalog. So this is a really great stamp set, and I highly recommend using a Stamparatus or a MISTI tool or some kind of positioning so you can get a really good stamped image. So let's get started with today's cards. So my first card is a Knight of Navy, and I took a piece of balmy blue and I embossed it with the dry embossing with the folder and the Stampin' Cut machine, and that is the dotted circles. And then I just took a tiny strip about 1/4 inch by 5 1/4 and put it along the center, and then I stamped my Merry Christmas with Knight of Navy, and I cut out with those branching out dies. I just love those dies. And then added a little bling, and the Merry Christmas is stamped in Knight of Navy. I did use Stampin' Dimensionals to pop up my Merry Christmas, and that is our very first card. So our second card, I used the textured notes dies. Those are the ones that have the rectangles and the little fancies on them. So I started with a basic white, and then I added a layer of the garden green, and then another layer of white. And I stamped the Merry Christmas using the garden green, and then I used the branching out sprigs and pine cones and leaves from that set, and I did the pine cones in early espresso and the branches in garden green. This little thing here is from Fancy Borders, and I just thought it needed just one little thing on there. So that is card number 2. Card number 3, I decided to again use that dotted circle embossing folder, which really looks great at Christmas time. And I stamped in the cherry cobbler on a piece of white, and I just added a little border of the cherry cobbler behind it, and then I popped that up on Stampin' Dimensionals, and this is a cherry cobbler card, and then I just added some bling. So all of the supplies and all the measurements are available in a free project download on my blog at blessedbycards.com. So it has all the measurements, all the instructions, and all the supplies that I use for today's cards. So that, my friends, is day number 8. Join me next week for another week of our 12 days of Christmas. And until then, be blessed.